Hello, it's Christmas Eve. I'll wish you happy holidays. I'll be honest with you, I am not feeling so well. Been having this dizziness for a few days now. It's come and gone over the years. It could be inner ear, it could be something else. I don't know. I'm just going to try to ride it out a little bit longer before I break down and give all my money to to a doctor. Like I said, it's happened before, and it just would kind of just be here for a while, and then it would go away. And it's like it usually was about a week or so, and it's been almost a week now. But Merry Christmas. Happy Diwali. Did I say it right? Happy Yule. Kwanzaa's coming up. Hanukkah, I think, is over. Whatever you celebrate, whatever your tradition is, happy times to you. I'm not very traditional. There's been years where I've tried to do Christmas. It just doesn't mean anything at all anymore. When I took on helping to raise David and Sarah, they came from a pagan family, so I learned about Yule and Wicca, and for a while that had some meaning. What it means, the transitioning time, makes sense to me, but as far as having some sort of emotional connection, I feel none. My brother is stopping by today to hang out for the holiday. But otherwise, it's just another day. And frankly, the way things are going right now, I think it's just a real madness to try and, just my opinion, I think it's just madness to try and bury our heads for a day and forget everything just to emerge tomorrow and things are the same and we just haven't accomplished anything. I'm just really tired of it. I'd really like to do something to move forward. I'm ready to do what it takes, which including sacrifices. I've already sacrificed enough, but to make things better, I'm ready. Okay, so what's going on otherwise, musically? Well, the big news for me is that earlier this year I put out with Brett Harold Hart Ear Sculpture #1, a collaboration of sound works between the two of us, where basically I'm not sure how this got initiated, but I think I noticed through Brett working with Dave Newhouse and folks like that he did a lot of collaborating and a lot of sound work. Some of it I liked, some of it I did not. I have to be honest, okay? And he's pretty prolific, so it led to us doing some things. I'm happy to announce that Ear Sculpture #2 has arrived. It's a very limited edition. I only have 35 copies to sell and only have 30 left already. This one is much more to my liking than the first. Although the process is the same, I feel like our we got more. This is my artwork, by the way, on the CD and on the cover. That's my collage work. I feel like we meshed better on this one. I'll put a little bit of this on. So I'm happy about that being out. It's been a productive year for me. I'll talk about a few other records before I go, but this is important, and I'd like to encourage you folks to buy a copy of this, not only just to have, but to show support for me. I'm still not convinced I want to do whatever it is, anyway, here's one of my favorite songs from here, An Era of Fishkill. This would probably be really good to listen to on mushrooms. Seriously. So this is out, $10 plus postage. I like this a lot. I want to thank you, Brett, for a number of things, but mainly for just, just saying, hey, let's do this. A lot of times that can be how things happen with me, is just somebody kind of pushes me. I do my thing, but getting involved with others sometimes takes a little push. Before I show any other records, I want to just again share with you my joy of the year, which is this has been a productive year. I haven't been able to release anything on vinyl. That's supposed to change next year. I signed a deal with someone 2 years ago now. It's been 2 years. Supposedly it's going to surface next year. I sure hope so. But this year's been productive. I've been on 7 or 8 physical releases, as well as all of my digital ones, and I just want to run them down to you. The Door. It's the first thing I put out this year with me and Ariane Lawrence Williams on vocals. I still have copies of this. We actually made someone's best of the year list with this. I made myself a hard copy of Hard Dummies by Brett Harold Hart and Cooper Deers. They used some of my work on this. So I made a copy of that. I made myself a copy of the Songwriters CD, Phonostica from Mexico. This is a project where these folks approached me, and I provided some bass on a track that was improvised that ended up making it sound like it was composed. But they never sent me a physical copy. And I still don't see online where you can buy a physical copy, although I see pictures of them. But this is another thing I played on that came out this year. The Songwriters, Phonostica. Most recently, I was approached by these folks, I think they're out of France, called Techno Björk. And this is an online digital release, but I thought it was so cool I made myself a copy of it. And it's called Techno Björk's Holy Crash Upgrade. And this one, again, it's a long project. It would be a double CD, actually. I'm real happy with how they used some of my sound collage work. Well, actually, I'm the one that mixed it. This is another one. You can find this online. I'll put the link below in the description box. As I showed you, there was Ear Sculpture 1 with Brett. Also very pleased, this is one of my records of the year. Mark Stanley and Carla Dereck's Double Dreaming. If you haven't looked this up, folks, and you guys like adventurous music, you need this. This is really wonderful work. Really, really proud to be on it. As I am proud to be on this stunning album, Mana Mirage, Rest of the World. This is definitely one of my albums of the year. Not because I'm on it, but because this is the music I love. It's amazing to be on a record by one of my favorite artists. Okay. I'll talk a little bit more before I go. Just, do I have new records? I don't think so. What have I been playing? Oh, another comment. I appreciate you all's honesty. I must remind folks I appreciate your honesty, but again, I'm showing you my interests. I'm not providing a service, even though I am. The service is that I'm sharing with you my love of music. And I'm the odd man out. I always have been. I'm a nerd and I'm an oddball. And so no wonder some of you don't like 90% of what I show. It's because it's my collection. Played this last night, side 1 and side 2, Aphrodite's Child 666. Brilliant concept record, Vangelis and, I forget the singer's name, Demi Roussos. This is really powerful. It starts off almost like a rock and roll mass. Lots could be said about that album, but I'm going to keep moving, mainly because my head is swimming a little bit, folks. I don't like this. Like I said, I've dealt with this before. I'm really just hoping it goes away. If not, I have to go to the fucking doctor. My old beat-up copy of Amendola 2's Carnival in Babylon. Just like the cover, very surrealistic, psychedelic, and otherworldly. And kind of raggedy. That's always been a kind of an issue for me with Amendola, is that I love the band, but they are raggedy. Always have been. Not the best musicians. But what a vision. Pulled this because this is one of my least favorite actual big albums, Acting Trio. I thought it was time to give it another shot. This is really weak. This really is weak. Of course, I'm keeping it for my collection. If the brother on sax had just put it down, we'd have got somewhere. Really, 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 really weak. It's every time I hear it, it's like, man, there's just not very much going on here. And these guys probably got in on the action because of who they are, their money, or who they knew. It's always how that shit goes. Hadn't played this since it came out anywhere. Mike Watt with the guy from the Mars Volta. This is the green vinyl limited edition version. Kind of a gypsy sound to me. That's the word I use for it. I really like this. Anywhere. I have some records sitting out that I want to play, but I won't show them till I do. One of my favorite albums of all time, Angel's Egg Gong. There was a big discussion going on online yesterday in several different music groups about Gong. And even though I wasn't listening to Gong at the time, I got sucked into it. And I can get sucked into listening to Gong anytime. Some folks were talking about how they didn't get it, thought it was silly. And it's like, you get from this music is a mirror. That's what I have to say about some of the great music, especially like Gong. Gong does have humor, but there's a lot of depth here. So you get a reflection of who you are from this music. It's amazing music. Another incredible band, Vandergraaf Generator. The Pleasure Dome. The Quiet Zone. Pleasure Dome. For a time they just called themselves Vandergraaf. Killer album. Killer album. Killer. Played this, Kawabata Makoto from Acid Mother's Temple. White Summer of Love Dreamer, one of his ambient albums. Bought this from him last time I saw the Acid Mother's Temple, and he signed it for me. It was cool because it was the second time that we met. And he says, I remember you. I love that. He says, I remember you. This is, again, something where, you kind of have to give yourself into it. It's repetitive, but it's beautiful. A couple more. The Eclectic Mouse. This is an old album from '69, actually by a percussionist named Steve Foreman. I compare this to David Axelrod. I was talking about it online, and someone else compared it to Johnny Harris. I don't have the Johnny Harris album, wish I did. It's kind of orchestral, a mixture of jazz and rock. Ambitious, good. Again, I do make comparisons to David Axelrod, maybe even a little bit of Quincy Jones. This is really good. The Gods. Ken Hensley before he joined Uriah Heep. This is one of those reissues in recent years where they put out these Parlophone albums on this cool looking vinyl. And this is a good album, good rocking album. I like Uriah Heep. Again, they go early in my history of seeing concerts. Saw them on the tour that they made the double live album with. They were mind-blowing live. They were having so much fun. They were very Spinal Tap. It was awesome. Laraji, Essence Universe. Another signed copy here. Signed it in this very room here where we jammed out, and I have tapes of it. I've tried to contact his management asking, can I put it out? I never hear anything, but this is just wonderful music. I'm going to sign up here because this is a 15-minute video and I don't want it to be in the evening before you can watch it. Please, folks, please, consider adding my music to your collection. If not to listen to, but merely to support me. I have 9 CDs in stock, 9 different titles. I'm going to show them again, show them now, and I'm going to get off of here. I still have Life After X, the soundtrack. It's good. I've got 6 copies of Murphy left on CD. Just sold one. As I told you, I've got the door. I've got the door in stock. Ear Sculpture number 1. I had a while back had made some copies of Flyover on CD. Had them made, and then I ran out of covers for them. So with my new printer, I just printed up just a couple copies of this. So I've got a few Flyovers. This is not even actually listed anywhere. So if you want a Flyover CD, you have to just message me. The new one I'm really happy about. Ear Sculpture number 2. Still in stock. Dereck number 2. Dereck 2. Released in 2004. I have that in stock. The Flyover Country soundtrack, which includes music by all these other artists besides me. Grab it, folks. I've got a few copies left. And The World is Burning. I'm almost out of these. Pick up a copy. I'll leave the link to my blog site and to Bandcamp. Thank you very much, folks, and happy holidays to everyone.